model tends to draw attention to. So so basically, it's in order to address now. So what I think is that doctors are in this extraordinarily privileged position. Medicine is in this extraordinarily privileged position because we are all terrified of dying. We're all terrified of suffering physically, and they have extraordinary technology to address it, and a lot of it works quite well, especially the relief of pain, for example, with opiates. And so they're, as scientists, they cannot even be conceived of as being political. And yet, at the same time, as my MD PhDs showed me, when they started to work as occupational health doctors in clinics serving migrant workers, they all of a sudden found themselves in these extraordinary positions that they could subvert the racialized ethnic hierarchies on the plantations that was subjecting the indigenous and Latino migrant workers to pesticides and repetitive strain injuries, and explain that someone's work conditions had to be restructured, and he actually made steps into breaking the white-only jobs on the plantation and forcing them to open up to indigenous and Latino, at first injured workers, and then it was a subversive ball that began rolling as that racist logic of the plantation started crumbling. So what you see is that's easy for medicine to do. And the idea then is to systematize that with a dialogue with clinicians, to make them leaders in this kind of a manner, to engage with that with their full scientific credibility. Specifically, if we were able to train medical students with some kind of a checklist that clinicians would have to develop, because it would be a technical checklist that humanities and social science dialoguers could only engage with to discuss, and the clinicians would have to try to figure out how it would be embodied, how it would work out in a coherent way that could be reduced into a relatively trivial number of questions, because they only have about 3 to 8 minutes with each other. Okay, so I'll stop with that. And at that point, when someone